Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, November 11th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is power allows the worth of this moment. And today we have 1111, a gateway. We have Venus finishing up in Sagittarius, moving into Capricorn. So Venus at that 29th degree, another 11 energy coming in. And overall, the feeling that I'm getting for this day is one of impatience. Moon in Aries is lighting the fire underneath us. It is turning the fire on our emotions. And that plus Venus in Sagittarius, another fire sign, at 29th degree, the final degree, has like these fires lit. And we're like, now, right now, now, right now, now, right now. And the universe is like, love is the flower you need to let grow. Power allows the worth of this moment. Being present in the moment despite the fires that are being lit within you. Utilizing the power of the fires to keep guiding you into the moment instead of making the moment be right now. I have a card, and I'm actually going to bring this up first, from the Fairy Tale Oracle, which is the card of what came of picking flowers, the card of greed. And basically it's a story of these three little girls who pick flowers, and because of their greed, because they took something that didn't belong to them, they disappeared. And this is talking about the power of allowing nature and the power of being in the moment, the power of knowing what is yours to be plucked. And I've got another card, I've got the flowering card from the Osho deck. And so this to me is like, hey, you know, we have all this fire energy, which is wanting us to like move at the speed of sound. It wants us to move at the speed of light. It wants to move. It wants to move us right now, right now. However, we have the sun in not Pisces, in Scorpio. Sun in Pisces. Scorpio. I don't know why I keep saying Pisces. Sun in Scorpio. Scorpio is water, and it knows that anything worth having, anything worth doing, anything worth being allows the time that it takes. I have the laziness card in reverse, and what I get from this is like, it's not so much about the laziness, but allowing the time that it takes. Consciousness, this process, whatever is going on for us right now, is very much a process that needs to be allowed. So this moon in Aries is making many connections through the day. Moon is connecting to Jupiter, moon is connecting to Pluto, and moon is connecting to Saturn. So this first connection, opposite Jupiter in Libra, this is at 13 degrees, revolution, evolution degree. There's an element of shift happening. And this may be the shift between, you know, focusing on what I want, focusing on what I need right now in this moment. What are you going to give me versus what can I give myself? How am I showing up for myself? This isn't ever about anything else outside of me. This is always coming back to myself. So we get to work through that process. Also helping us in this energy is the moon connecting to Pluto. So we have Pluto, 15 degrees, that's at 6. So it comes into the balance. But Pluto in Capricorn is shifting the structure of things. We see these structures shifting. We see what we need to shift in these structures. But again, moon in Aries is like, it comes back to me. How am I showing up in the world? What energy am I offering in the world? And if you're offering this impatient energy right now, you're not gonna be satisfied. You're not gonna be pleased, because chances are it's not gonna look like what you want it to look like. However, that lesson of coming back in, and that's where I love this Saturn connection, which is also happening at 15. Saturn in Sagittarius. What is true for you? And are you acting accordingly? What is true for you? Are you acting accordingly? Or are you still stuck in the old paradigm? And that's where that Pluto comes in. It's like, hey, you can shift the old paradigm, but it starts in you. It starts with your own structure shift. It starts with you working through your consciousness. And this reminds us, the consciousness process is one that takes time. So it's not a process of being lazy, but it's one of like experiencing, going through the lessons, going through the process. It's not going to be now, right now. Love is the flower you need to let go. Or not go. Well, sometimes you need to let it go. Love is also the flower you need to let grow. And the universe will give you, at any given moment, the experience that you need to shift your consciousness. And that's happening in a really big way. I think that's one of the biggest lessons in this 1111 energy is, what is this consciousness that needs to shift in you, that needs to grow in you? And can you give it the time that it needs right now in this process. So Venus into Capricorn, Venus finishing up that 29th degree, there may be that impatience. This is the time to shift your beliefs and trust in the timing of the universe. Trust that the universe has this higher perspective, and when you settle into that trust, you get glimpses of that higher perspective, and you're like, I see why this is meant to be this way. Venus into Capricorn is really interesting too, because Capricorn energy, we go from this energy of like, I want it now, I'm aiming for it, I'm gunning for it, into Capricorn energy, which is like, well, I'm willing to work hard to get it. I'm willing to do all the work that needs to be put in. And part of this work is this work of consciousness, giving it the worth. But again, there can be this impatience, like, I should have it already. It should be now. And the universe is like, it's not about now. It's never about, it's so funny because it's always about now, but it's not about having it now. It's about appreciating the moment of the now, appreciating the beauty in the now, appreciating the beauty of the lessons of the now, appreciating what the now is teaching you about your value, about the worth of things that are to come, and not to, get greedy and be like, I must have it now. So this takes it back into, what is your responsibility? How are you responding to this moment? You have a choice. Venus in Capricorn kind of feels like slow and steady wins the race. Get slow and steady. Put the time and the energy into that which deserves it, because that which is worth it. All right, so I think that's enough about that at this moment. My brain is tired. So much energy lately. I love this card from the Tantric Dakini. I think this sums it all up very well. It is the last laugh in the future. And what it says is, take a position of ascendancy in the present situation, and all obstacles will be overcome. See the humor in all situations, rather than taking life so seriously. Even morbidity is only a state of mind. Learn to laugh at yourself and the situation you find yourself in, and in doing so will cut through all limitations attributed to karma. Free yourself from the attachments of time, the attachment of now, right now, the attachment of that impatience, and instead walk through this gateway of like, I'm gonna give it the time that it needs to bloom. I'm gonna give myself the time I need to fully step into this next level of consciousness. So that's it for today. Book a reading. I have my reading sale going on. It's 25 minutes for $30. You can get that at GaiaBlooming.com, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.